important and special people, not only personally, but in terms of the museum. Mama? Rocky Jensen and Lucia Jensen. I've been at the museum for 12 years, but staff members would talk about consultation with the Hawaiian community from the 1970s, from Hawaii, the Royal Isles. And they talked about Rocky being a part of that consultation process. Along with Lucia, they are the founding members of Hale Nawa 3, that Native Hawaiian arts organization, had some of the very first exhibitions featuring contemporary Native Hawaiian art ever, not only in Hawaii, but here at Bishop Museum. So for many decades, they have exhibited not only their own work, but created that space to welcome the work of other Native Hawaiian artists as well. So they really broke new ground. They continue to break new ground. Lucia recently wrote an award-winning book called Daughters of Haumea, which is a Po'okela award-winning book. And Rocky continues to carve and to create images, one of which is in our exhibition here, and we can talk more about that later on. But it has been an honor to work with them, to have them be a part of the Bishop Museum Ohana, and to be able to share their insights about who, because they literally have devoted a lifetime to thinking about him, to understanding him, to gaining insights that can only come from decades of devotion and love. So with that, I want to turn it over to them. And oh, by the way, sorry, kalamai, that was really terrible. My name is Noah Kahanu, and I'm with the education department here at Bishop Museum.
Thank you, Noah. This lady has done a lot. Since 1982, since being involved with the museum, my dream was to be able to exhibit alongside old collections, and hopefully one day to present contemporary views alongside the collection. That was always my dream, and maybe it has been so, but it wouldn't have been done without me. Because if you guys would come to these exhibits, it wouldn't mean anything to us. It would just be stuff like they've had them before at the museum. Just things stuffed in the dark and dusty corners. That's why I got involved. I didn't want our collection, I didn't want our culture to be stuffed in a dark, dusty corner. So I took up one of the most hardest professions my mom could have ever imagined. Why do you want to be there? They starve, they die. And you know, they achieve fame, but some don't. Good luck. She didn't help me with Hawaiian. We only had customs and traditions. She didn't take the opportunity to encourage us to get into art. Art was a different thing. So years later, maybe 35 years later, I'm hearing the same things again. It's repetitive. Hawaiians had no art. Hawaiians had no philosophy. Oh, really? After 1982, working on Hawaiian, the Royal Isles, the way to the Royal Isles, I saw the collection for the first time. Saw images that we had never seen by anyone, not even touched by our own people. I was able to take the time to cull one of these moments just to see and say, geez, I wonder what Moeluhi would have done if this is his carving. Or Maoli, what he would have done if this was his carving. I would have all these ideas conjured up. Because, do you guys know of any names that survive as your practitioners that continue to practice the things that we were given? Some of us practice to sing. Some of us practice to dance. Some of us practice to build houses. Some of us practice to destroy them. Whatever those practices. We all have practices, all of us. This lady over here came 3,000 miles. We met in Hollywood. She comes 3,000 miles and says, you know what? You guys got an enormous culture. You realize your culture, how rich it is? Oh, like what? Like this. So I share with you the journey that we took 35 some odd years ago. And our first book was Men of Ancient Hawaii. I had no clue. We were just as green as all of you. I didn't know Hawaiian words. I only knew phrases. Aloha, Heiau, Ahu'ena. Happy birthday, happy. Haole. We didn't know the word hana. So many of us struggled because this is the generation, the boom generation, that was not allowed to practice. Our mom and dad said, don't pick that up. Don't do that. Why are you weeding? Are you making coffee tomorrow? Why are you doing this? This is not your job. Get out there and get a real job, she said. And we did. My brother's fly for United Airlines. That's their job. They went to college and that's what they do. They fly for United Airlines. Then I kept thinking, Mom, but we're Hawaiians. Culturally, what do we give back? Because Grandma gave this, great-grandma gave that, grandfather gave this. They were all part of this place, Mom. I think we have to give back. Utu, the Maori friends tell me. Rocky, utu, pay back. And that's what I've always believed from the very time we met each other. But that is just the beginning of this whole journey. But share with us for the time. And we started at the very beginning when people said Hawaiians had no art. Don't believe it. In a book that was put together by Alice and Pukui, a book a long time ago, a dictionary, the word is makaku. Makaku. Underneath is the word says obsolete, ding, ding, rare. So that would tell you that if you're looking at this word, makaku, that describes the vision, an upright vision through your eyes, that take this journey and say that this practice is obsolete. It's like folding a Japanese sword 40 times. That's obsolete. Why can't we just use stainless steel? Let's not go to the practice. It's like serving tea. Why can't we just pour it from the teacup into your cup and say, hey, son? No, it needs to be a ceremony. Everything we did in ancient times was a ceremony. Everything. Don't ever think, don't ever blink for a moment that they did not see things sacred or they did not see things that were important to them. And you will see in these illustrations as we go through the journey. This lady, she's like Dr. Adrian Kepler. She's like a bulldog Brahmin, I call her. She knows that little small print that everybody goes, where did you get that? That's why now we're into bibliographies. So, to make a long story short, share with me the journeys that we took from 1976 as an organization of Native Hawaiian artists, and all I wanted to see them was create, paint, carve, weave, make something beautiful, become the genius that we have. So, I introduced my wife, Lucia. She has a few things she would like to say.
Hello. Well, I just worked 3 frickin' weeks on doing those notes for this lecture, and we left them in the room. So how's that? So if I'm off on a couple of the dates, bear with me. Okay. What we thought to do, this is the first time that we really presented anything on this nature, of this nature, where we try to define the art as it was seen, as it was recorded, as it was documented, so that we understand it today from that perspective. There are so many fallacies, there are so many misconceptions and misinterpretations of the art form known as kalai, that it fills books. As I said, the last 3 weeks I've just been devoted and just looking for dates and photographs of the best rendering example of that era, and there are so many contradictions that it boggles the mind. It's like, oh my God, this one says this one says that one. Well, which one is it? Words that are misinterpreted, whole procedures that were misinterpreted. So, you know, you have to kind of mull through that to try and figure out, okay, let me find if there is a pattern here. I'm good in finding patterns. So I tried to do that. So what I did here was I tried to select those drawings that were executed, of course, by the white man that came to visit these islands, and can best explain to us the context in which these images were discovered and found. This very first one was, now here again, I'm so pissed that I don't have those notes. Here again, this first one is a heiau in Waimea, Hawaii. Now, strangely, the heiau was never, it was described, but it was never mentioned. The title of what it was called was never mentioned. So they don't know what heiau it is. They're thinking it is Nanai Kalani, but they don't know for sure. But it was the very first image of a heiau that was drawn by those first visitors to these islands. So I'm thinking maybe 1778, around that time. And I think Weber is the one who did this drawing. What impressed me so much, this was the original pen and ink sketch that he did before he did his watercolor wash. And what grabbed me when I saw this was that the images, you could see the carved faces, because in the final lithograph, they're just, you can't tell what the hell they are. So this, you can see that there were faces on those images that are sitting on a heiau, and you see how very different this pre-contact heiau was from what we know of the classical temples from the island of Hawaii. Very, very different in imagery, very different of placement of images. The kukalapa is very, very different. The image, of course, you have a different style. What we do in Hawaii today, and I fall prey to this as well, I'm a writer and I do the same thing, and now I have to remember to include in my introduction that because the island of Hawaii was the most documented island in the chain of islands in the Kauai Island, it was the most documented, popularly documented. Paintings and drawings created from that place. Interviews and whatever have you from that place. The other islands were not remotely close to what information was taken from the island of Hawaii. So when we talk about Hawaii, we sort of generalize, oh, this is what Hawaiians did. Well, please keep in mind that this is not what all Hawaiians did. First place, they were not Hawaiians. The Hawaiians, that term came in 1845, approximately, that the entire then chain of islands would be called Hawaii, and the citizens of it, the native citizens, would be called Hawaiians. So these were kapo'e that came from their individual chiefdoms, and not kingdoms, but chiefdoms. They had different sense of tradition, different sense of customs. The protocol, of course, was the same. The kapu definitely was the same, but their traditions and customs were definitely very different. So it meant that their carving styles were very different. So what was true of Kauai was not true of the island of Hawaii. So when you see the coups that we have in the museum here, first place it's from a very latter day period. This is from 1779, before any white man ever came to these islands. Okay, now, how do I use this? I just did where the arrow is? Oh, see? So you see up close. Okay, so we see faces. Not really good faces, because this is just a sketch, but you actually know, well, okay, we're dealing now with images that we can sort of recognize with two that are in the Mission Museum today. I'll show you what. Now, this is the wash watercolor painting. Now, you see, the images are sort of blurred, they're just lines, but you can't see any faces. They're completely obliterated, so you don't know what those things are. But then when you go to this, it's like, this goes back to this. And then you want to say, oh, okay, now I understand. Now this piece here was found in a swamp in Heiau, Hawaii. And I forgot the date, but that's okay. It was found in a swamp in Heiau, Hawaii, in the early part of our known, maybe early 1900s. But you can see that this art form is the pre-Kona style art form that became very popular in the 1800s. And even before that, because I will show you some images from the island of Hawaii as well. So now you see, this temple was dedicated to Kanaloa because in Cook's description, the major stone, let me see if you can see the stone. You see that stone that's wrapped in the front? They said that that was Tarallo, that was dedicated to Kanaloa. That was his stone. So I'm just thinking that the images might have been aspects of that, of Kanaloa. But they said that the temple was definitely dedicated to him. Okay, so I'm thinking, in my very romantic way, that this is Kanaloa. Although we don't know for sure, remember. Now, this is it sideways. This is an image that was discovered on Molokai. So now you're seeing a pattern. In this early period of documented work, you see a pattern of, okay, this perhaps was the style that was very prevalent on those Western islands, Hawaii, Molokai, Oahu, where you have that slab-type image, the large eyes, the protruding tongue. Now, it's very weather-worn, but you can see where it might have looked like the Hawaii style. There are no drawings that I know of, I might be wrong, there are no drawings of the Molokai heiaus from that early period. We do have, of course, in the late 1800s and early 1900s, where they photographed the heiaus and they measured them and they did drawings then, but not when they were standing with the imagery intact. There are none. Okay, I love this photograph because this shows a watercolor wash of Pakaka heiau. And already, this is 1823. And Pakaka heiau is a heiau that was that was from the island of Maoli. And it was situated where the local marketplace is now. A local marketplace, you have the Amtrak center in the back, and you have that other beautiful, what is the name of that building? Anyway, all of that complex right there was where at one time all of the others lived in proximity to each other. Kamehameha's site was there in the latter days. But Pakaka heiau was a Luakini that was the most powerful heiau of the district. And by 1823, they said that this was drawn in 1823, it was already turned into a fort. So there are no images. But you know, Kamehameha said something that was very interesting to me. When all of this stuff was going on Oahu, during that time, he said, well, let them pollute Oahu, let them defile Oahu, Wihi, Hawaii, for ourselves, for the purity of the culture. So I guess they didn't make a big deal about it, you know, that they actually dismantled Pakaka to make it into a fort, and I don't know where the images went. But I love this piece. So you see Papakolea up there, this is before everything. So do you see where Pakaka is, where the flag is? Okay, this is one of the images from Oahu, to give you the idea of what the images look like on Oahu. And these images were all found in swamps and bogs and rice fields. This was found in a rice field in Eva. But you can see the slab-type headdress. We don't know what it is. This image was found on Kaho'olawe. There again, the slab-type headdress. But it has a very Oahu look to it. And because there was no definitive culture that came out of Kaho'olawe where you had a chiefdom and halikis and kohikis, and you didn't have that in Kaho'olawe. They went there to fish, and most of the heiaus from there are fishing Heiau. So I'm just thinking that this image might have been brought there from wherever. I'm thinking.
One of the problems that the museum has been having when it comes to collections is the fact that it has no provenance. If you have no provenance, you can't tell what they did there because you took it out of its place. So we can only imagine at this point what all of these things are, but there is a pattern. Anyone who studies art, anyone who studies how to do a color wheel, how simple is that? Anyone who understands the difference between black and white could understand the math of this, because you see, it took us 35 years to realize it. Mind you, during this time, in the early 70s and 80s, we couldn't do this kind of stuff openly. If my great-grandmother had to teach behind closed doors and teach her hula like that in Laie, that tells me that all of these kinds of fears have not gone away, the superstition has not gone away. But we try to take it from an artist's perspective. I can always say, okay, I'm Hawaiian in one respect, but on the other respect, my concern is being Hawaiian. I want to know what happened to these things. I want to know why there's a fear of these things. I want to know why we do not practice this thing. We build canoes. We do lua, we dance hula, we practice language. I'll come carving. And yet I visited Maori carving school, Tsimshian carving schools, and I've seen their carving. And I wonder why we can't achieve it. This will make us understand why we left these things. Now, for me, artistically, to teach us art, form, pattern, rhythm. Teach us the harmony. Because, you know, they were perfect, just like this. They were perfect. This is a force of nature. Can you make one just like this? Yeah. Force of nature. To create something like that took a lot of doing, because that's what you tried to do. Perfect that force of nature. That's what Kane is, Kanaloa, Ku, and Loa. They're all elementals. That's what I teach my grandson. Elemental. Not elementary, elemental. Because this world is built. And we regarded them. We paid an enormous amount of respect. Because you see, when Haumea Opele decides to turn over, who knocks off all the power in Honolulu? How's that? That should remind you of force of nature. That's why to me, I'm always beholden to this. I'm just a teacher. I'm just a student practicing the best I can. I can achieve these things, not only in terms of physicality, but in that little heart of us, that little mind that tells us the difference between right and wrong and what is proper. That's what reminds me about my work, and that's why it's a continuous journey and battle. And she's been there to see this guy go back and forth, vacillating, trying to stay upright all the time. Because these things are considered and condemned as being underworld. Wow, that's not a future. That should be a discovery. When we go see the mysteries of Egypt, and we say, wow, that's the underworld. And then when we dig up some Peruvian grave in South America, oh, that's the underworld. Burial is burial. The treatment of people's spirit and heart, that thing that resides in here, that we still don't know exists, that's what they were wearing. These are just little mimicry. They knew how to mimic nature in their art form style.
Okay, continue. This is YPO. And this also is 1823. And by 1823, Paka'alana was dismantled. And you only have one stone image. How does Ellis put it? Rudely carved, that is standing in front of the Halimana. And you have in the back Haleolilo. But I chose this because I wanted to show that by 1823, even though that iconoclastic Reformation came in 1819, the fall of the couples, that by 1823, even Paka'alana was dismantled and no longer. Now, these are the two images from my people. I don't know if they are from Paka'alana, but you see the different style? Very different. You know, the images that have, any image that has a headdress is called po'okikie. That headdress, it shows the elevated mana that image contains. So when you look at this image, especially the image on the left, you can see that it has a po'okikie. but how very, restrictive and confined it is. It isn't, it's